Hi, this is my Aunt Effie, and today we're looking at another book which is really awesome called The Elements of Style. Now, I usually look at fiction, and so this is one of the unusual times when I'm actually talking about a nonfiction book. The Elements of Style was written by William Strunk Jr. William Strunk. The edition I read was published in 2023. I read this because Stephen King recommends learning about style in his book on writing. So I decided, okay, that's recommended, learn about style. So I looked at my library, and this is the style book that I found available to check out. So, oh my gosh, it was so interesting. Yes, I learned a lot, but I'll tell you what, this book was originally written by the professor in order to help his students do a better job of writing essays. The book was written before females were allowed in school. Maybe there were females being educated, but they weren't in the same schools where the boys were. So, two references that really drive that home, that this is a world without women. At least Strunk's world was one without women, or he didn't like women. Something is going on there, because one of the references was, you do not, he's trying to make a point. He's trying to teach something. And in order to do so, he gives a quote and the example. He gives an example. And the example that he gives is you do not want to walk with a female partner chattering along beside you. So also I saw that he made, whenever he talked about America, he made reference to the pronoun she. Now, I thought that was kind of weird when I read the book, but then later on I kind of looked around a little bit, and even though we don't name hurricanes always she, we do still seem to call America always she, and also the same with boats. They are very typically called she. So other than this, other than these references to females, like being irritating or being a thing, there wasn't any indication that they exist at all. Well, that's because I don't think they existed in Strunk's world. From what I can see from reading the book, they did not. I did learn a lot. I thought it was a very good book, and it was very challenging, and on occasion, for example, there's a section on spelling I want to show you. It's on page 85. The spelling of English words is not fixed and invariable, nor does it depend on any other authority than general agreement. At the present day, there is practically unanimous agreement as to the spelling of most words. In the list overleaf, for example, rhyme, R-I-M-E, for rhyme, R-H-Y-M-E, is the only allowable variation. All other forms are coextensive with the English language. So, what? In order to get what the author was actually trying to teach, I had to look up the word coextensive. But honestly, I love that. I love words. I love having meaning become clear to me because I learned a new word. So, I would really like to own a reference book about style, but I want to get one that acknowledges that females exist, not just exist as some irritating ninny chattering away while important people are trying to do important things. I'd like to find a book that, equally acknowledges that males and females exist side by side in this world. So does anybody have a recommendation? Do you know of a style book that maybe I could own so that I could make reference to it when I need to? Well, this is where I'm going to leave you. I don't think there's anything else that I want to say about that, because it's kind of a hard book to read, and there's just a lot of information in it that's it's educational and not really relevant to the review. But this is my Aunt Effie, and I want to say to you, you have a lovely day, and bye for now.